This is Chiropractic Marketing FM, an on-demand talk radio show that covers internet marketing best practices for chiropractors. I'm your host, Dr. Patrick McNamara. Welcome, everyone, to episode number 12 of the Chiropractic Marketing Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Patrick McNamara, and today we're continuing our discussion on how to take your chiropractic website from good to great. But first, I need to let you know that today's episode is brought to you by Chiropractic Marketing Websites. CMW helps chiropractors double, triple, and quadruple new patients in 90 days or less without tech overwhelm and without spending a lot on advertising. Right now, you can grab a copy of their 2018 Ultimate Chiropractic Website Blueprint. This blueprint will show you what you should include on your website that'll help double your conversions, leads, and new patients in under an hour. So if you're not getting the number of leads that you would like from your chiropractic website, then head on over to www.chiropracticmarketingwebsites.com and download your free copy today. Again, that's www.chiropracticmarketingwebsites.com or simply visit getcmw.com. That's getcmw.com. Now, for those of you who are new to the podcast, we're on the tail end of a 6-part series right now. In part 1 of this series, I covered how to grab a domain name and hosting plan for your chiropractic website, how to install WordPress on a server, which WordPress framework and themes I recommend you use, and what WordPress plugins should be installed as a core set. If you haven't listened to that particular episode, just search for episode number 8 or click on the link I left in today's show notes. In part 2, I walked you through how to set up the Yoast SEO plugin, how to add your chiropractic website to Google Search Console, how to add Google Analytics to your site, how to sign up for a Google AdWords account so you have access to Google Keyword Planner, and last but certainly not least, how to configure the Security plugin so that your site stays protected against potential hacks and malware. If you need a refresher, you'll find everything I just mentioned in episode number 9. In part 3, we focused on a few cosmetic changes you can make that'll make a huge difference to your site's overall effectiveness. We talked about things like having a professional logo, using the hello bar for lead generation, making sure your phone number is clickable for mobile users, having a top menu bar that's easy to use and understand, as well as making sure you have social follow buttons at the top of your site. If you would like to review this particular episode, just search for episode number 10 or click the link found in today's show notes. In part 4, we discussed what type of photo to use in the Hero section of your website, why it's important to add a clear call to action to the Hero section, why it's important to connect your call to action to an opt-in form, how to write powerful headlines that stimulate people to take action, and why the copy of your homepage needs to be keyword rich. All of this goodness is found in episode number 11. Today, let's continue that discussion and feature things you can do in under an hour that'll make a huge difference toward the effectiveness of your website. Let's start with some on-page SEO. If you recall from episode number 4, I said that on-page SEO deals with optimizing the pages and content of your website. So one of the ways you can do this is by linking primary keywords to internal pages of your site. For example, if one of the primary keywords you're using on your homepage is chiropractic care, then make sure you link that keyword to an internal page that focuses exclusively on chiropractic care. Following this suggestion will not only help site visitors find what they're looking for much quicker, but will also strengthen your on-page SEO substantially over time. Next, make sure you sprinkle secondary call to actions throughout the body section of your homepage as well as the footer section. These call to actions should be the same as the one you used in the Hero section we talked about in episode number 11. By keeping your message consistent throughout the page, your site visitors avoid confusion and never have to worry about what you want them to do next. My third tip today has to do with the main services you offer. Make it super easy for visitors to understand what you provide by adding a main services section just below the body section of your home page. And don't just list them out. Instead, make sure you link them to internal pages that provide more information about each service. This will not only help your visitors understand exactly what you provide, but will also help your on-page SEO. Next, you want to make sure you write copy for your services that talk about the benefit to your patients instead of talking about you. Let me shoot straight with you. No one cares about you. They only care about themselves. Now, I know that sounds harsh, but it's true, especially if they're in pain. They don't care how many initials you have after your name. They only care about getting out of pain. So you need to make sure your copy speaks directly to them. Write it in a way that speaks directly to their wants, needs, and desires. You will be absolutely amazed at how much more effective your website will become by making this one change. My last tip for today is to add testimonials right below the services section. This is super important and extremely powerful. Why? Because testimonials do three things. They build trust, they persuade the mind through emotion, and they also tell stories of success that people can relate to. That's why they're so powerful. They capture the attention of your site visitors and reinforce your call to actions. So make sure you have several of them sprinkled right below the services section. All right, I think I'll wrap things up here, but before you go, don't forget to subscribe to this podcast. Just click on the links found in today's show notes, or simply go over to iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, or Stitcher and search for the Chiropractic Marketing Podcast. Also, I'd highly recommend that you go download the 2018 Ultimate Chiropractic Website Blueprint. You can find it over at chiropracticmarketingwebsites.com or simply visit getcmw.com. Last but certainly not least, I would greatly appreciate your review of this podcast over at iTunes. It not only helps build awareness of what I'm talking about, but also gives me a good indication on how I'm doing. Be nice, be fair, but definitely be honest. I would greatly appreciate it, and so will future listeners. Thanks again, and I'll catch you next time.